Just wanted to show you the unboxing of our Anderson Composites front chin. The only thing I'm worried about What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So as you see, we got a couple boxes here, cards outside. I'm about to be putting it in the garage right now, but two separate videos. Right now we're going to unbox one of these items. They're both carbon fiber items from Anderson Composites. If you're familiar with my last videos, you already know that's these boxes, but we did go ahead and pick up two more products from Anderson Composites. So alright, so my son Julius and I just opened it, right, Julius? Yes. And this is for me, yeah.
Yeah. Took it. I'm gonna be behind you, Dada.
Okay. So,
okay, this is the strawberry.
Yeah, this is our carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon fiber. See, right here, carbon fiber.
Good job, yeah. Carbon fiber splitter here.
And this is splitter.
Splitter, yep.
Yeah, splitter.
It's a splitter. Or chin lip. And it looks really good. What the? I don't know, it's a weird kind of cutout there.
And these stems.
And it is wide body one. That must be where the flare goes in.
For you, Dada.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's right here. You go round and round, and wherever you go, you can go there. Yeah, and this is supposed to be the same, and this is the same.
But that must be normal because this side is the same way. But it looks good. I mean, looks good. None of the tabs are broken. Feels very durable. And it's like carbon fiber on the underside.
And this is side.
Yeah, side.
This is other side.
I'm probably gonna have to.
And this is wall here instead.
Put some holes in this to be able to get the lower splitter on there. So that's gonna take some work. But that's on me. But I just wanted to show you the unboxing of our Anderson Composites front chin. And it looks good. Quality looks good. Nothing's broken on it. Hopefully fitment goes better than the trunk. Just have the KNG wraps white body splitter off. Went and took off all my nuts and bolts down here. Didn't take too long. But I have to have that off first before I can get the chin lip here. Otherwise I gotta take off the whole bumper, which I don't really want to do. I did that for the actual KNG wraps wide body splitter. I'll go ahead and link that down below if you need to see how the wide body splitter installs, but I'm not going to go over all that right now. I'm kind of just going to show you snips of what we got going on here. So went ahead and laid our Anderson Composites carbon fiber chin on top of our KNG wrap splitter, and I'm going to have to drill all these holes. So as you can see, there's a nice line. I went ahead and used these clamps here to sandwich it together on both ends there. I got it looking the way I believe it should look all the way across here. The only thing I'm worried about is the ends, because if you look, they're kind of like bulgy on the bottoms, and it's causing these two to not be flat with each other. So it has a bulge, and that's carbon fiber, so it's not moving at all, and that's on both ends. So this would only be a problem for somebody like me who has a splitter. I don't know if this is specific to Anderson Composites, so you guys let me know in the comments if you've dealt with this before. But I did look at my OEM one, and my OEM one is pretty much flat under here. I mean, if you look, that line there is straight. So I mean, it has like that bulge, but it's inside the bottom of the chin lip here. It's not like sagging below it like the Anderson Composites one. So maybe that's another unfortunate just Anderson Composites thing. But if you look at this one, I mean, you can see that bulge hangs below their actual chin lip. What I'm noticing is that, you know, the OEM front lip is the lip itself, plus it has an inner support here. So it's two separate pieces, right? And for me, this is actually a Vicrez lip, and I bought the OEM inner support so that I can mount my K&G wrap splitter. If you've been following the videos, you know that, but that's my situation. So this is, you know, technically two separate pieces. So the Anderson Composites front lip is actually one big piece, and it's this second piece on the stock lip is actually molded into this. So this would be what that is up there. Anderson's one is all closed off, and you know, it's nice and clean, smooth backing, and that takes place of what would be on your stock one, your closeout. So these closeouts go down here and they make that look nice and clean, but the Anderson's one already comes all closed off. So that might be why I got that bulge under there. I'm still gonna work through that and see what I figure out with that, but I just wanted to show you guys the differences between the stock and the Andersons. So definitely a little different, and I did go ahead and drill my splitter holes. I used my original K&G splitter as a template, and I drilled all my holes out here that I was going to need. Regardless if I put that splitter on now or not, I am probably going to order a K&G Wraps carbon fiber splitter, so those mounting locations are still necessary for me to have. I don't know if I'm going to install the splitter just yet. Definitely stay tuned. We'll see how far this goes. Alright, y'all, so I have started to install it, and I went ahead and just kind of did this side first. So I put my bolts in there, a couple push pins just to keep it on. I might have to take this flare piece off on both sides to get it sitting in there perfect, but I'm not sure. Actually, it looks like it's been sitting there fine, but I might have to do it anyways to clean up this line right here. So because this line that's in this flare is so far out, it's actually pulling my flare out. So that cut is a little bit too far out. Kind of the same thing on this side, so I'm probably gonna have to take these off and maybe add a bolt lower just to clean up the line a little bit. Not a huge deal, but you know, obviously I'm a little nitpicky about it. I'm not overly impressed with how easy this thing is going on. I actually already broke a tab. These tabs on the bottom, especially this one, felt like it was maybe fiberglassed on afterwards because it snapped super easy. So I've only done these top 4 bolts right now. So this one, this one, this one, and this one, ones that are on the grill. Let me show you here. So this is the one I snapped. You can see that, I mean, even though the tab is gone right there, because the tab used to attach right here, and you see the fiberglass work right there. So I feel like this was put on maybe afterwards or something. I don't know, maybe it broke already and they reattached it, but it used to go right there and it snapped off super easy. But luckily the nut is kind of holding that in place right there, so it's okay. I've done that one, and these other ones went okay, but you can kind of see kind of the same thing, how there's like fiberglass work around the bolts. I had to still drill these out a little further towards the front end of the car because they were a little too far back. So I drilled out the next 3 just to alleviate some of the pressure. So same thing, that one, and then this one up here, you can see where I drilled that one even a little bit further back, but they're tight and everything. As far as these tabs go, there's no, since the inner support is non-existent, these holes, I'm probably just gonna maybe put self-tappers through these, from the splitter through these tabs to close up the seams. To close that up, I'm gonna have to close up, you know, see the wiggle there? Sorry if this is a little sketchy, but like that right there is this seam right here. So I am gonna have to probably put a self tapper or something through there, all along this thing to get, you know, to get it looking right and be supported. I mean, the line is not terrible, and those bolts are doing a pretty good job, but like up front in the middle here, definitely needs some kind of reinforcement in there. So, I mean, there's no instructions on this thing. You know, even the website's like, you know, OEM replacement, but dude, this isn't like direct replacement. And I don't know if maybe it's because I got the Vicrez Widebody. I wouldn't think so, actually, because this is an OEM Hellcat front end. But it's just requiring more work than I thought it was going to be, you know. But hey, nobody's done a video on it before, so I don't know if this is the way, you know. I don't know if they're all this difficult. Everybody apparently seems to have them, but nobody talks about the installation. So I'll be, I guess, the first one to talk about it. All right, y'all. So this is our end line here. Much cleaner than before. Went ahead and just, like I said, put self tappers in all those tabs. So if you're gonna do this, you don't really need to go too far inwards. If you go too far towards the front of the car, you'll hit some place you don't want to in here. So you really don't need too much space if you're doing this. Like you see, self tapper, the head's pretty much on the edge. So I did that on all of these tabs. Turned out fine. You get it, so on and so forth. The way I was kind of successful in doing this was I actually did these holes first. These ones. So I had to drill this through because there was no hole here initially. So I drilled that through, put a nut and bolt through it, and that kept it secured on this part of the car so I could start working my way. Same on this side, so I did this one first, and like I said, nut and bolt through there, and I was able to, from there, work my way this way. But I did start after that with these ones that are up in the grill here. Do the ones in the ends here, and then do these top four, and then you know, if you're bold, then do the self tappers. These are the little guys that I used. You could pick up this box from here at Harbor Freight if you're interested in doing it like this. So I use these ones here on the end, number 8s, 3/4, 3/4. So little guys, real small. You don't need nothing too big. All right, y'all. So we are all done. I went ahead and installed the K&G wrap splitter as well, and everything worked out pretty well. As you can see, I had to drill into this thing quite a bit to make holes, but our seam is good all the way across. The only thing I had encountered, like I talked about before, was that you know, bump at the bottom of this in the corners. So you know, that's obviously still there. I'm not going to be able to close that up without cutting the carbon fiber, but I'm not going to do that. So looks clean through and through. So other than that, everything turned out pretty good. And you know, like I said, that clip that broke, I went ahead and just installed some self tappers from the inside through the bumper to bring the bumper closer to the flare. But I might have to put another bolt into my actual light piece here. So I went ahead and marked it on the back side so that I can come back later and install an elevator bolt through there like the rest of the flare. But you know, that's on me because, you know, it's aftermarket Vicrez kit. But other than that, looks good. So it's very clean. I like it. Not as easy as I thought it was gonna be, but hey, nothing is, right? And then I just have a little bit of gapping in there in the bottom, but I mean, that's only if you're up close. Other than that, you know, it's still all right. So our next video will be the rocker panels. Hopefully that goes smoother than this, but yeah, we're gonna be swapping out these rockers to the Anderson Composites carbon fiber rockers. So I have those. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. Let me know more or less how you think I did on this, what you do different, if you've had any experience with this Anderson Composites splitter before. Leave me a comment down below, let me know. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Like I said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next. Peace.